Wassail. So, there's very weird energies going on at the moment. It's the molecules are not keeping up with the speed of the cosmic changes that are going on with the consciousness, and so there's all kinds of very strange things happening to our bodies. And while I'm physically here attempting to do this reading for you, it feels like there's a massive fog over my brain because my consciousness is not wiring into my molecules at its usual speed. And there's a kind of a molecular fatigue going on, and it's causing all kinds of energetic difficulties, purging of poisons within the body, parts of people's bodies aching or hurting, feeling like you could sleep for a year and yet going to sleep, waking up after a dream 2 hours later and realizing that you haven't had any proper deep sleep and having to get back to sleep. It's very, very difficult energy. So we're going to see if we can get underneath it. I'm not promising. I've been asking for explanations, and it's like the one thing I would say the cosmos seems to be wanting to say is it's a surprise. Like, we're not allowed to know what's coming. But look, let's just try. Let's see if we can get something. Because right now, I need help as much as I'm sure you all do. So, can we please have a guidance on what's going on? What's going on with our bodies or our minds? Oh, you see, this is not, that's not the energy that I was expecting to come out. Mirrored souls. You see, and now I've got a brain fog. Yeah, you know, I know that the energy of the mirror soul is working its way towards us, but I was really hoping for something to do with what we're personally going through. So, let's ask. I'm going to use the Universal Celtic Tarot, which I've separated back out. Let's see what it has to say. Why are we experiencing this energy due to mirror souls? What's going on? What's going on? Okay. Begins with the Three of Wands. And yes, Mother of Many is in the background of this. There's a real sense of energetic loyalty coming from this card. It's like we're being called by Spirit to follow a new pathway towards some kind of light. It's like these the three wands, which is about holding vision, but this is about being pulled to a vision that we're not necessarily holding, and it's all being rewritten. One of the dogs has Dagaz over its nose, which is about moving through a portal gateway from all of the past being filtered down into something brand new, opening out and moving forwards. And the other dog has Sol, the sunshine, moving into the brightness. And the guy's hand is reaching out, and we see that wonderfully spiritual lit blue pathway. I'm seeing birthing, I'm seeing protection, I'm seeing Rad, so Bjarkan, Rad, the journey, and I'm seeing Odal, the spiritual inheritance. it's like all of this energetic shifting is creating this new interdimensional soup. It's like a honeycomb. It's like we're all in our own individual reality, and rather than the reality of the world being on one pathway, it's like it's become a honeycomb, and you can glimpse into the realities of people you know, or when you're online you glimpse into another version of reality. Like this morning there was two articles about a vaccine research, and one said it was 70% effective, one said it was 90% effective. So it's like peeping into two different possible realities, and it's asking us to start heading towards our new reality that has these higher frequency connections. Now, I'm kind of getting this message because this is about sharing a heart, but what they're meaning by that energy is us sharing a mind heart, I want to say. So thoughts, it's creating union between people with similar intelligent emotions, to use that term that Reem used on Miss Reemy Healings again. It's building new connections, trying to seek through the honeycomb the connections with people that you know that match your own. So there's this huge, it's like a sponge, and we're glimpsing through the sponge. It's like there's, you know, billions of pathways, billions of portals, but you're all in your own, and you're seeking to search and find those people that surround you in your life, or new people that are coming in somehow who match your reality, because the sense is that slowly this sponge reality will dry up, and you will be left in your reality with the people that match your reality. So it's not just a single mirrored soul, but mirror souls, meaning the many people that vibrate on the same frequency as you. Let me have the Nine of Swords. It's like anxiety. It's that stickiness that's in the air at the moment, the confusion, the paradoxes. It's like waking from bad dreams. It's that notion of nothing flowing in the way it used to. And that's going to keep rolling in until we get to the Great Conjunction on the December solstice, which is the 21st of the 12th, 2020. And yet, the sense I'm getting from this card is to not allow the fears. She's sleeping very calmly, and so all the dreams that you have at the moment need to be witnessed as something to help you find the light that Mother of Many is shining towards you. If you don't know who Mother of Many is, you need to go and see the Dolman reading that I did where we woke the Mother of Many. And then we have the Six of Cups. This is soulmate connections. This is those higher frequency connections. This is a world of magic. And at the top of the tree are all these little tiny houses and homes that are the fairies. And this is representing a kind of the honeycomb of the Yggdrasil tree at the moment. So we're all glancing down different branches through different veins of reality to seek out the most important connections that we need to maintain, who are our mirrored souls. I guess the best way to talk about it is as a soul tribe. And yet there's a part of my downloading memory, in that ultimately, even though you're seeking the people you most often incarnate with over and over again, you need to hold in mind that ultimately everybody and everything in the cosmos is part of your soul tribe, because at the very end we're all one. We're one with everything. But at the moment it's most important on your journey in and out of the shamanic Yggdrasil tree to seek out those that you incarnate with most often, who bring you to a higher frequency, who allow you to resonate in your truth, because we've got to find those truths. This is very much Blue Lunar Storm. And then we have the Empress. She's talking about the flow that will return. Oh my goodness. I'm now looking at the numbers. 21 is a 3, but it's also the 21st of the 12th. And then the other 4 cards are 3963. This is divine Nikola Tesla magic code. So the sense of buzzing in and out of dimensions and realities that takes place forever throughout time, the electrons that are always present throughout time, bouncing in and out, are shifting. They're changing the absolute reality of where we exist. And that's why our bodies at the moment are struggling to keep up, because they're trying to detox the poisons that are still hanging over in us from what's gone before. So you're creating your own sacral vision, your own Eden, your own notion of where you would like life to be, and finding those in your soul tribe that connect with you. This is very much the frequency of star seeds, but it's also the frequency of earth seeds and everyone. This is a real portal in time. So let's go back to the cosmic reading deck and see if we can get some other piece of information. Can we please have something else? Oh, there's a big scattering and one on the floor. So we've now got emotions has come out. 21st of the 12th. It can't be more obvious that there's an emotional gear change coming with the Great Conjunction. And then we have 31 and 26, which is surrender to the sacred journey. Okay? Let me just read what we have in here. So at the moment, the cosmic consciousness energies, now bear in mind we're also in Sagittarius now, and that's where the galactic center of the universe is, and that's where our consciousness comes through the black hole. And the energies there are shifting and switching so rapidly. You know, Venus, emotions, love, has shifted from Libra, the balancing, into Scorpio. So we've got that energetic death and rebirth coming to emotions. And we are tired. We need an emotional lift. We need to push forward with something that feels more emotionally stable. But also we're preparing energetically for Saturn and Jupiter to both shift on the 17th and then the 19th of December into Aquarius, bringing new thoughts. And the energy of these two cards is very much about thought energy. And I would say, if you're air signs, you're likely, or you have a lot of air in your natal chart, you're likely to be feeling this a lot more vigorously, and it's making your body feel a lot more complicated because it's shifting into Aquarius, which is an air sign. And so you're already energetically picking up those frequencies. So have a look on your natal chart at where you have air signs and see what that relates to and which houses. So surrender to the sacred journey. That's what we have to do. I'm struggling with that because I'm always wanting to get on with reaching out to everybody and do readings and help find guidance. But I have to also surrender to my sacred journey, which, although I feel is linked to this channel, it's also being blocked for me at some points because I need to settle into my own sacred journey so that I can then find the pathways to talk to you about what I'm picking up, because obviously I have an air sun sign and an air moon sign, and then I have a water rising. So it's very emotional. I still don't feel fully settled here. The place is beautiful, the energy is wonderful. The reason I don't feel settled is that my molecules are transforming so much that they're not keeping up. It's like going to sleep, and last night I had 3 dreams, so 4 separate sets of sleep, so I kept waking from the dreams every 2 hours, and it feels like having not slept or having had enough sleep but still feeling jet lagged. Okay, so let's see what we get for emotions. What would you like to say, please, about emotions? So we have the 7 of Pentacles. This is the harvest, but I want to say that we're being almost hypnotized at the moment by the cosmos, and we're struggling to stay out of the fear. We've got to re-establish a kind of awe with the energies all around us in the natural world. The magic is taking place. There's masses of energetic shifts and transformations, and we've almost got to be like a child with wide open eyes, just allowing us to believe in anything that comes towards us. And then we have the King of Swords, and this is about, he has a water dragon behind him. It's about doing the shadow work on your emotions, finding the ability to rethink your emotional thoughts and to almost freeze them. So find those difficult emotions and just freeze them, and then think about how you would like to melt them and bring them into your new honeycomb dimensional pathway that you're building, your own personal Eden with the Empress. And she is that which brings all life, and I want to say aquamarine paradise ray. And then we have the Knight of Wands. It's the energy of a new movement forwards, but it's the sense of magic. This unicorn, there's fairies all around. We've got to break out of 12 frequency, which is the 12-hour clock, the 12 months of the year, having meetings, having things in diaries that we have to do, and trying to flow into the divine 13 frequency. And remember, there will be a full moon, I forget the date, but they're saying to me the 13th full moon of the year comes at the end of December, I believe. So That's an important moon. Now, surrender. Sorry, I'm half listening to them saying that the 13th full moon's a really important ending of endings, because it's about shaving away all of what we've been seeing as traumas this year that were actually, I want to say, like the yellow brick road. I want to say they were something we should really have been trying to skip along into a kind of safe knowledge, trusting that the cosmos has got this. So, surrender. Two cards. The Eight of Pentacles. This is the Cluricorn. Now, the last time this card came up, I joked about the fact that I never really understood why the Cluricorn only makes one shoe for the fairies. And then much later, they gave me this little kind of joke, which was, it's to do with, in English, the difference between the sole of a shoe and the soul of a person. He makes one because we're only meant to have one true soul, and that's what these divine 8 mushrooms that are about to have their moment and send out their seed to create a new generation is all about. It's creating a brand new soul journey. I know we're not reading this card yet, but we'll come to that in a moment. And then we have 4, the Emperor. This is talking about the world around us, preparing our bodies for a molecular epiphany. This is the emotional male. This is about pruning back, trimming down, working out what we need, focusing on moving towards this enlightened pathway that's being lit up for us to find our cosmic tribe. And the sacred journey. What's this sacred journey about, please? What's this sacred journey about, please? Can we have some clarifying on this? Just one card. The Sun. And this is the White Hart. This is trusting that as we head towards the Great Conjunction, we're moving from it feeling like something so far out of our reach, and then finding ourselves there in that moment, surrounded by this new energetic magic. And remember, the Sun is about wish fulfillment. This is the most joyous card in the deck, and our sacred journey will take us there. Now, I'm now being drawn to this honeycombing on our consciousness. It's like all the threads that come from the galactic center of the universe that used to just be one large energy frequency have all unwoven like a rope, and every single individual thread is connected to just one soul, connecting to that one energy. And we need to surrender to the Cluricorns working on a divine moment that's coming. This is also talking about how the consciousness is jumping in and out of that honeycomb dimensional sponge effect that's all around us at the moment. So I'm going to ask for another card to see what comes up. Can we please have another card to help us in this very sticky molasses moment? Right, so shine. we had this card the other day. This, though, today is talking about how we're combining the cosmic tree of life with the earth, the natural world's Yggdrasil. It's two energy centers, two hearts again being brought together from the cosmos down into the earth, and that connection taking place in our heart chakras. Sorry, I may have been banging on my microphone there. I've got it hanging off the plait of my beard. So can we please have an explanation on shine? Can we please have an explanation of shine? Oh, that's gone a bit. One sec, have a look at the view. So, the two trees are about coming into balance, bringing our energy frequencies together, the natural world, the Yggdrasil, working to bring us into a divine balance, a new soul energy frequency signature. And then we have the Eight of Swords, which is ordinarily a card of being caught up. But in this card, this is like a full awakening into a new spiritual pathway. And it's like our molecules are trying to remember that they belong to the physical world around us. And when we connect our individual vision, sacral vision, emotional strength to rebuild everything, we are rebirthing with the Great Conjunction. And then we have Manannan. He is the Isle of Man sea god, and he's on the Judgment card talking about a rebirth, a doorway, a frequency, a portal, the Great Conjunction energy coming down and sitting down on us. And traditionally, 3 days after the December solstice, the sun is reborn. And so this year is not about our traditional thoughts of this year. It's not about Christmas, it's not about Hanukkah, it's not about all these other religious moments. It's going back to the actual cosmic astrological magic, which is a solstice and a rebirth. And then that brings us victory and movement. And here I want to say, this is you, all of us, each of us, finding our cosmic tribe, our mirrored souls, the energies of people that we have a higher frequency connection with, so that as the energy of this portal that Manannan is holding open can descend and reseal itself around us, so that we're all moving in to a better future. Now, the important thing to remember here is to let go of fear, let go of the confusion. You have to try and find for the next few weeks the ability to flow as much as possible into a 13 frequency. And even if that means you're still working and doing things, you still have that ability to hold yourself in a combined heart frequency, bringing the two Yggdrasil trees together. I'm going to say again, go to a tree and meditate with the roots, even if it's cold. You know, take a blanket, take a sleeping bag, make yourself warm, take hot chocolate with you, whatever it is you need to keep yourself warm, but go and connect your molecules to the natural world so that your consciousness that's changing can actually settle into the world and give you a sense of stability. And then movement forwards as we head into 2021. We've got a new energetic frequency of alignment. It's like pulling all the polarity that's existed within us into a stable framework through which we can move forwards. Okay? So I'm just going to ask for, I think, one final card, just to end the reading. What final piece of advice do you have for us today? What final piece of advice do you have for us today? So, we have time out, but it isn't time out. This is about the union with Mother Earth, bringing our molecules and our consciousness into alignment with Mother Earth, who's represented by an indigenous grandmother figure here. Mother Earth is calling to us, she's calling to us through our DNA. She's calling our consciousness to rewire with a much greater sense of purity. And we've got to be fearless. We've got to have that energy of our luminous warrior shining within. We are the Pharos lighthouse beacon to move us forwards, to shine through the honeycomb and reach and find all of the people who are part of our cosmic tribe. Okay, so that's today's reading. I'm glad something came through, and it came through very beautifully. I'm sure when I turn the camera off I'll just go back into a fog, but it's a beautiful day. It's one of the last sunny days here. I'm not having it as the last sunny day. It's a beautiful day to go down to the beach and enjoy the sunshine. So, wassail beautiful people.